Hello, my name's Shannon London, and I'm here to share some yoga with you. The form of yoga that I teach and that I'm most passionate about is Japanese yoga therapy. It's also known as Ki yoga, Ryoho yoga, um, Meridian yoga, and maybe some other names that I'm not yet aware of. This practice is aimed for everyone, and it will be a general class, and it will also be a very gentle class. Um, there will be challenges, hopefully, for you, even if it is gentle, and that means that you're tapping into parts of your body that need attention, that need blood flow, that need to move some stagnancy. Um, so it's a pleasure to be here as always. There might be some sounds that happen. As you can see, I live rurally, and this is my home. The chickens have already sort of had their migration path, but there might be some dogs barking, and definitely you'll hear birds and so forth. But my voice is clear, and audio should be good. Let's start. Just find a comfortable seat. If you can, sit Japanese style like this, with knees bent. That's really wonderful. If that's not okay for your knees, then just find a comfortable seat that's good for you. Just take a little check-in. Pop your hands in your lap. Find a breath as deeply into the belly as is available. Nice breath out of the mouth. Just settling into your space. That might be the space on your mat. That might be the space underneath your skin. Take a little check-in as to see where things are felt. You can feel your hips on the ground, your shins on the ground, your toes. Feel where your spine is in space and your posture. Check in with your general energy level. Really beautiful to have a little awareness over what's happening somatically within us. It brings great wisdom and insights for us as we travel forward in our experiences in each day. We'll do this little check-in at the end of our practice also. When you're ready, we're going to make some fists with our hands. We'll bring our thumbs onto the inside of our fingers. If fists are too much, you can use your fingers, and it's like hard rain, like hail, maybe little bits of hail, not big ones. But if fists are okay, we're going to use our knuckles on our skull. And we've got nice loose wrists as we tap away, stimulating into our brain. We know the science now that our intestines and our brain are dramatically connected. That as we stimulate our brain, we can stimulate the functions in our intestines, and vice versa. We do our sit-up and stretches and whatever contractive or expansive work that we're going to do in our tummies, in our small intestines, in our large intestines, and it has a significant impact on our brain function. Keep on tapping all over around the sides of the head. Small intestines are governing those creative thoughts, those many thoughts that we have every single day. And then the large intestine, we kind of choose one of those thoughts, and we think it's either a good thought or a shitty thought. And if it's a good thought, we take it further and bring it into whatever manifestation it is, whether it's, I want eggs for breakfast, or I want to start this business. It can be small or large. And we do our best to get rid of the shitty thoughts, judgmental thoughts about ourselves or others. Pop your chin down to your collarbones and tap into the base of the skull, down towards the back of the neck. We stimulate these plexuses or braids of parasympathetic nerves that come down through the back of the head, through the spine, stimulating that automatic nervous system function. Nice big breath into the belly, breathing out. So if we have a nice healthy gut, large intestine, small intestine, we'll have a nice healthy brain. Vice versa, if we have a nice healthy brain, it usually means that our gut function's going pretty well. Come with your fingertips into your forehead, and this frontal lobe area of our brain, will tap on this. If you feel any sharp sensations, any uncomfortable sensations, not just with this, but anything that we practice, take big breaths in, open your mouth and breathe it out, tapping into the vagus nerve and how to find some restfulness in the uncomfortability. If something doesn't feel right for right now for you, please don't do it. Listening to me is secondary to listening to your body. If it's uncomfortable, I say breathe and see what happens. If it's pain, then I say stop and check in. Come down around the eyes and underneath the eyes into the cheekbones, and we'll move through all that stomach meridian energy, giving us nice bright eyes and excitement for life. Stomach governs our desire body. What do we want? Do we really want that ice cream, or do we just want something sweet in our lives? Come down around the jaw. Let the jaw be relaxed, maybe even opening and closing your mouth. And it's the chewing muscles in between the top jaw and the lower jaw. It's our mandibular. Okay. And we can tap all the way along that jawline. This is another large intestine area. We need to chew our foods really well, and it stimulates the function of the intestines. Peristalsis, I may have said that wrong, but that contraction and release that your intestines are doing as they're absorbing the nutrients from the food you're eating. Open your throat and just tap around your throat. It might be the front of the throat, it might be into the sides. Yeah. And then we'll just come all the way down into our sternum. Nice big breath in, and it's a ha sound for the heart. One more, nice big breath in. Ah. Beautiful. Just let it go. Find a breath. It might be a little sigh again as the body moves on from something, that you get into bed and you sigh out and you've let the day go a little bit, or you're letting the day go. Just letting that settle, letting the blood move, letting our body absorb and assimilate the actions and the work that's just been done. All right. So we're going to do a little bit more of these sorts of exercises, which is what we call do-in. Do-in exercises are a form of self-massage in the world of shiatsu, a Japanese style of massage moving through your meridian lines. Your meridian lines are energy lines through the body that correlate with your organs. You have heart meridian lines, you have intestine meridian lines, you have liver meridian lines, and so forth. You're going to grab a hand and you're going to massage into the back of your neck. And your fingers are going to massage the muscles down one side of your neck. It might feel like a bit of a guitar string, yeah, and twang it along. Yeah, give it a good little bit of stimulus all the way up to the top towards your skull, all the way down towards maybe that little hump that we have at the top of the thoracic bones. We can call it the widow's hump. It's also kyphosis. It's a lung point. Lungs are our emotions. It's processing emotions. Sometimes we can hold on to them and they can build up, because grief is something that's sometimes really vulnerable to process, and it can be really scary too, and other emotions. Grab your other hand to the other side of your neck. Just a little reminder to breathe deep. Sometimes I know I talk a lot when I teach, so I have to catch up on my breath sometimes because I don't have that wonderful indigenous ability to circular breathe like they do with the didgeridoo. And I keep twanging along those guitar strings. Lovely. And then with your hand, with the little finger side, we're going to chop down the side of the neck. Got my little microphone there, so just move out of the way. I'll get all the way up towards my ear. Any of those sighs, just keep sighing it out. We're just moving energy. And if I talk about energy on a sort of an airy fairy, if you want to use that, I don't believe in airy fairies. I probably do believe in fairies. But on a physical level, energy is blood. Other side, little finger side, we're chopping. So what we're doing is we're moving blood through our meridians, moving blood through these sort of pathways in our body. And if we get stagnant blood, that's where we get cysts and tumors and ailments. Yes, we get sickness. We want things flowing. That's why we have a circulatory system, veins and arteries and capillaries. They're moving blood around through our ligaments, tendons, bones, muscles, organs, fascia. We want movement, so we move to move. Okay. Beautiful. Let it go. Just rolling the shoulders all the way up, all the way back. Roll them all the way up, all the way back. Be really dramatic, moving your body. If you feel or hear any little crunchy bits, just smile. You probably had a big life like me. Mine definitely crunch. Okay, other way, all the way back, all the way up. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. All the way forward, keep breathing. Hey. If sitting gets too uncomfortable, know that you can always do this standing. You could do this standing. Okay. And just let it go. We're going to squeeze down the arm through the joints. If it's a little bit stagnant, yeah, it's a little bit of pain, just press on it. Yeah, just move the blood, smile and breathe. As we breathe deep into the belly, then we stimulate the nerves that help us rest and digest. Stress is everywhere, challenges are everywhere, squeezing all the way down. Once you get to the hand, grab into your thumb, squeeze down the finger, your first finger, and so on, each finger. Stress and challenges are everywhere. We all have family members and friends and maybe ex-partners and so forth. So if we have a better ability to deal with stress, other side, squeezing, then we actually build a resilience to stress, a coping mechanism where stress doesn't pound us, and give us ailments. We're able to exhale, move into that parasympathetic nervous system where we can digest and process that information a little bit better. Go, oh, was that me? Could I have done something better? Or was that somebody else just projecting? And can we let that go and just send them with love, knowing that they've got some stuff going on? Each finger we're moving down. So this connection to our somatic body and moving into our somatic world really supports all of our other connections, all our other experiences. Beautiful. Take a moment just to feel into your arm. Take that breath down into the belly. Beautiful. We're going to bring the thumbs onto the inside of our fists again. A little bang as my door closes. Take a nice big breath in where you stretch the lungs, stretch the arms. Hold the breath in and pummel the top of the lungs, holding the breath in all around the chest. If you're a boy, you can pound all over your chest. If you're a girl, don't pound on your breast tissue because it's uncomfortable, but the muscles above, we'll get into the below ones in a minute, but just pummeling the top ones for now, the upper parts of the lungs. Exhaling, we're going to come forward. Lift your arms up behind you. Lift them as high as possible. Inhaling again. Holding the breath in, and it's the bottom of the lung. On the left side of your ribs, you've got your beautiful spleen, pancreas, small intestines on the left side. Right side, you've got your liver, gallbladder. Once you can't hold your breath anymore, awesome. One more time, inhaling. Hold the breath in, pumping up and down like you're winning a race, or maybe you just won it. Hold the breath in, pump faster. When you can't hold the breath in anymore, breathe it out, breathe it out. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming up. Let it go. Gently come and lay down on your spine. We're going to come and rest the body just for maybe 30 seconds or a minute. Take up as much space as you like. You might feel your heart beating a little bit faster in relationship to those exercises for your arms and your lungs. You might notice your breath being a little bit deeper into your body, into your belly. If we linger for maybe another 30 seconds, maybe a minute, we're going to do something that I call a threefold breath. We're going to breathe into 3 stages of our lungs. So find a nice long breath in. Get rid of it. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. When you're ready to breathe in again, breathe into your tummy. Hold the breath in. Breathe in some more and fill in the sides of the ribs. Breathe in a little bit more and fill up into the collarbones, the shoulders, the chest. And then out of your mouth or your nose, whatever feels good. Feel the deflation as you breathe out as the lungs collapse. Again, breathing into the belly. Hold the breath in, sides of the ribs. Hold the breath in, fill up the collarbones. And exhaling. Awesome. Just one more time. Breathing into the belly, sides of the ribs, chest and collarbone. Exhaling out. Just find your natural breath. And that might still be that threefold breath, but you might not do any pauses between the sections. You might just gently breathe into the belly, continuously breathe and feel the sides open, and continuously breathe and feel the top of the lungs expand. If you were in a pranayama class, the exit of the breath would be a backwards motion of what you just did. So you'd feel the top of the shoulders relax first, and then the ribs shrink, and then the belly decrease. For those of you who are at that level. Yay. When you're ready, gently draw your knees into the chest. Give them a little hug and squeeze. Move your toes and your ankles and have a little rock from side to side. We're going to take our legs up towards the sky and we're going to give them a shake. Shake them, make them jiggle. Make everything jiggle, make your bum jiggle, thighs jiggle. And then if you want, you can jiggle your arms too. Jiggle it all around. There's one more breath. Breathing in, jiggling. Breathing out, jiggling. And then we'll just let it drop. Take a little moment just for that blood and energy to settle. You might have a little moment of remembering what it was like to be a little child when they're running and running all day long, jiggling and jiggling all day long. Once again, we're going to draw the knees into the chest and we're going to rock and roll along our spine. If this is not okay for you and you get that real thumpity thump along your spine, it's something that you should practice, really. And we're trying to get that real beautiful curl. Okay? Wherever that flat bit is where you sort of thump down, we're trying to really curl it through. And if it's not okay, maybe you've just had back surgery or something really quite intense, then maybe just rocking from side to side, doing some circles, and that movement of rolling around and that jiggling is decompressing us, is decompressing the condensedness that we get as we get older and we live in this culture where we sit on chairs all bloody day long, and it's not healthy. It's really, really bad for your physical spine and then the nerves that run down your spine and attach to everything that we do. Take your legs out long. And we're going to bring one foot in. If it sits on top of your thigh, wonderful. Otherwise, find somewhere that's comfortable. Okay? And we're going to pummel into the soles of our feet. Okay? It might be the arch of the foot where we stimulate through that plantar fascia area, which is connected to our kidneys. It can be sometimes the first point of your kidneys being tired and your kidneys telling you that they're tired. The soles of the feet contract, the fascia contracts. Into the pad of the feet, we get all this lung and large intestine energy, which is about elimination. So if you're feeling a bit snotty, if you're feeling sinusy and or congested, it's a really good point to tap. Okay? If it's a little bit painful, if it's a little bit uncomfortable, can you breathe into that? Can you let your mind soften around uncomfortability? Can you let your shoulders soften around uncomfortability? It's a challenge. It's a challenge to be restful in challenging moments, whether it's just with our physical body in this somatic sense and this somatic practice, or whether it's something to do with our work or our relationships off the mat. Awesome. So you're going to grab your big toe, you're going to pull on it and do circles. Big circles, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then in the opposite direction, circles, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next toe, circles. You can be a little bit rough with your toes. They are born to walk barefoot, no shoes, rocks and sticks and rivers and forests. If it's painful again, check in. Is it uncomfortable or is it something saying stop? Because there is different types of pain. You're doing 10 circles in both directions, moving through all toes. I'm on my second last toe of my first foot. Big circles, pull on them. Sometimes I don't count. You do approximate. If you find a really sore one, this is a really amazing practice. If you have the discipline to do it daily or twice daily. Last little pinky toe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Each toe correlates with an end point of our meridian lines, an end point or a beginning point, depending on which way you're coming. Maybe it's coming from the earth up, maybe it's coming from the heavens down. But they come through our hands, through our feet, down through the head. Okay. So once you've done your 5 toes, you're going to thread your fingers. So use the opposite hand to your foot. So I've got my right foot in front of me and I'm going to use my left hand to thread my fingers through each knuckle of my toes. And I need to sort of squish them in, take your time. Once you've got a nice, firm handshake with your toes, we're going to do circles with our ankles. Breathing deep into our belly. My beautiful dog, Manuka. She's doing her job, barking at any cars, making sure they all know that there's a big dog on the property. Little do they know that she's a big softie and just wants to be a lap dog even though she's about 40 kilos. So once you've done maybe 10 circles in one direction, find your opposite direction. And you're kind of squeezing with your fingertips, you're squeezing around those knuckle joints, making sure that there's no stagnation of blood in our joints, those ligaments and tendons that don't get as much blood flow as muscles. All right. Once you're done, then just squeeze. Take another nice big breath in. And then we'll just pull our fingers away. Beautiful. As you pop your foot back down, just have a little look. Maybe not using your eyes, maybe you close down your eyes and you feel the lightness and the space and something being lifted up. Maybe the other foot feels a little bit heavier. It's nice to have that comparison. When you're ready, we'll bring the other leg up. Find something where you can place it that's comfortable enough. And then we're using our arms, which is extension of our heart and our lungs. So we're working our lungs as we pummel away all over the sole of that foot, sometimes around the heel. Reminding ourselves sometimes to breathe. Breathe deep and well. Maybe finding those points that are a little bit cringy and using our will, using the willpower and the knowledge that we have that if I breathe deep into my belly, something shifts in my nervous system. And when we go into that shift of our parasympathetic nervous system being on more than the sympathetic, the flight, fight or freeze part, when we have that rest and digest, even though the moments are uncomfortable, that your body has a signal from the inside to reconfigure, to rearrange, to go, hey, it's not scary. We don't need to contract against the uncomfortability. Maybe we want to look at the uncomfortability from a different lens, from a different perspective. And on a body level, on a somatic level, where your body is supremely intelligent, where it makes red and white blood cells every day, where it pumps 160 liters through your heart every day, or 170 liters, I think it is. All these things that are just unbelievable. You're tapping into that intelligence to manage it a little bit better. You're working with your body. A little bit more. There's 10 more seconds. Pummeling around, sole of the foot. Maybe through the arch, maybe through the pad, maybe through the heel. Maybe around the big toe. You've got those bunions, those icky bits. And you can pummel a little bit softer in those parts that are a bit more calcified and so forth, but still give them stimulation as you breathe. Don't be mean. You want to be nice. But we, sometimes want to guide in a direction. Grab your big toe when you're ready. Pull on it a little bit and find your circles. You've got 10 circles in each direction moving through the toes, approximately 10. If you find a sore one, then you might do 15 or 20. You might do 50, but sometimes 20 is enough, and then do 20 a few hours later, 20 a few hours later. Next one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. Next one. Next one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Feel like your arm is doing lots of work. It's because it is. And that's a good thing too. Moving circulation through our arms. We do lots of sit-ups and push-ups in this type of yoga, but not in a traditional sense at the gym, like punching yourself. We do them in lots of different positions, stimulating in different ways, tapping into every connection of your body. And this is just one way might not be a push-up, but we're using the strength of our arm. Once you've done all your toes, then you're threading them. So using your opposite hand to thread each finger through your knuckles of your toes. Okay. Take your time. Once you've got that lovely little connection, that lovely handshake, then we're doing circles with our ankle. This is a little technique for afternoon tiredness, stimulating the kidneys. Ankles can be kidneys related, can really affect lower back. If you're one of those people that have lower back issues, but it's maybe in an acute phase where you can't stimulate directly into the lower back, or even stimulate the core. Maybe you're just doing ankle circles. So once you've done both directions, then give your toes a really good squeeze. Take a lovely breath in. Lovely breath out. And then just pull your fingers out and we'll let it go. Lovely. Ooh. Let's stimulate up through the legs and the hips for the rest of our little session here today. We'll take the legs nice and wide. Take your hands behind you. And we're just going to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. When you take the knees down, can you try and get both knees to the ground? Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Inhaling up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7 and 8. Awesome. Come down all the way onto your spine. And we're going to do the same thing on our back. Take your feet nice and wide. Reach down towards your ankles. You might even grab hold of your ankles. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, drop just one knee down. Just one knee. Try and get the one knee to the earth and keep the other knee in the sky. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Try to get the knee all the way to the earth, lengthening through the front of the hip. As you drop the knee down, can you pull the chin down? Can you lengthen through the base of the skull at the back of the neck? Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's bring the feet in. Drop your arms down beside you. Really grip them into the ground. Can you make sure that your toes aren't poking out or poking in? So they are straight forward. Feel into your big toes. Take a big breath in. And exhale, push the hips up. Up, up, up. Push down through your big toes. See if you can feel your inner thighs roll in. As you inhale, come down. As you exhale, push up. Push your arms down. Down, down, down into the ground. Inhaling. Exhaling. Pushing your arms down and your big toes down. 3 more. 1. 2. Pushing your arms down all the way through your fingers and your wrists. Last one. We're going to hold there. Hold there just for 1 breath. Nice breath into the belly. As you exhale, push your arms into the earth and your big toes into the ground. Try and lengthen your knees towards your toes. Take a nice big breath in there. And we come all the way down. Take your legs long. Take the palms to float up. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Give yourself a moment as that blood runs through your waist. As that blood changes the energy through your lower back, your sacrum, your bum, your hips. We're going to take 2 more exercises today. And the first one is we're going to bring in our right knee in towards our chest. I'm going to give it a good hug. You're going to take a nice big breath into the belly. And as you exhale, you're going to pull the knee in and peel up at the same time. So I'm hugging the knee in, but I'm also trying to push the knee away, trying to sit up, up, up. I can flex my left foot, relax my shoulders a little bit. Inhaling, I relax. Breathing in, charging up, and exhaling, peeling up. Really squeezing the knee in, compressing into the hip joint. Relaxing the shoulders a little bit away from my ears. One more time. Inhaling. Relax, relax, relax. Let everything go. And then exhale, find your effort. Feeling up, hugging the knee, hug the knee, hug the knee, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhaling back and let it go. Let the leg go long and just take a breath or two. Feel that release that comes through the right side of your waist, down into your right hip. You may even feel it a little bit into the right side of your forehead and your eye as you stimulate the intestines and the frontal lobe. That brain-body connection that we spoke of at the beginning of the class. Okay. Once you feel like it's settled, that means your body's absorbed lots of amazing things that you've just done. We might not be able to name them all, and if you can, that's amazing. But it doesn't matter. Just that there's lightness and there's a feeling of well-being is really important to notice. Bring your left knee in, give it a good hug. Feel into whatever compression that feels like through the left side. Pull the chin down, take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, peel up. Pull the knee in, hug it hard. You can flex your right foot. Relax the shoulders away from your ears a little bit. Inhaling, we come back. Relax, soften. And exhale. Squeeze the knee in, but try and push it away at the same time. Build the compression. Build the intensity. Little smile. One more. Inhale, soften, soften, soften. And exhaling. Squeeze it up. Squeeze it up. This is a beautiful shape for painful hips. Getting blood down into that ball and socket joint. It builds core strength. Inhaling, let it go. Let the leg go. Palms up. Just take a sigh. We're going to come and have a juicy twist to finish. We're going to bring our right knee into the chest. Right knee comes in. And the right hand, it can come behind your head or it can come out to the right. I like having my hand behind the head. It brings a bigger sensation. If it's not okay for your shoulder, take it out to the side. We take the knee across the body. Across the body. We want the right shoulder grounded onto the earth. And then you can pull the knee as much as you want, or as much as your body says, hey, there's my threshold. Just going to hold and breathe for a few breaths. Using our exhales to soften that right shoulder back. You can roll your head to face down the right. Breathing into the tummy. We gently bring ourselves back up to center. You're going to hug both knees into the chest. Take that evenness around your hips, your spine, your shoulders, your neck. Hold the left knee in, take the right leg long. Take the left arm out to the left, either hand behind the back of the head or out to the side. Take a nice breath in and use your exhale to pull that left knee across the body. Pull the chin down, lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe into your tummy and relax the left shoulder back into the ground. You can roll your head to face the left. Trying not to be too attached to the sensations that we find. Not to be attached in our brain sense, not to analyze them, not to be like, oh, that's tight, that's uncomfortable, this is this and this is that. But breathe in, gather around, be in connection with the sensation, and exhale and let it go. Breathe in, gather around it all, be with it all, and exhale, let it go. Inhale your way up through center. Hug both knees into the chest. You might like to take your heels up towards the sky, have a little stretch that way. You might like to take your knees in towards your under armpits and have a little stretch in your happy baby. lengthening the spine. Both shapes, we're lengthening the back of the neck and we're lengthening the tailbone. It doesn't matter how straight my legs are in this shape. If I want to be whatever, if I think that it's about my legs and I straighten my legs completely, you can see my lower back coming off the ground. And my back of my legs are tight, so I'll lengthen, my spine, and that actually changes the way this feels through the back of the legs, and my knees just bend a little bit. But if I stay here and I practice this every single day, if I practice this in the evening compared to the morning, that position of my legs will change. Everything in yoga is always about the spine because it's not about how flexible you look or you are or what body shape you have and what your abilities with your bone structures and body. It's about the health. It's about the health of your brain, your lungs, your intestines, your liver. That's really important. That's going to give you a happy life. That's going to give you a purposeful life. Just gently let it go. Take the legs long, palms are floating up. Take a big breath in and let it go. Let's find our threefold breath. Breathing into the tummy, the sides of the ribs, and the chest and the collarbone. Couple more, breathing into the belly, sides of the ribs, chest and collarbones. Once more, breathing into the belly, sides of the ribs, chest and collarbones. Please do feel free to linger in this rest position for a little bit longer. Otherwise, you're going to wiggle your toes and hug the knees in. You're going to rock and roll a little bit on your spine. Now, chickens might come and say goodbye. Find a seat. Come back to our starting position. And as you settle in your seat, whatever is good for you right now, whatever's right for right now, close your eyes or find a soft gaze. As we just feel into the textures underneath our skin, the circulation of our blood, the posture of our spine. You feel that beautiful weight in your lower limbs, that groundedness into our legs and the earth. Maybe you feel some lightness and some openness through the sternum, through the collarbones, through the shoulders. Maybe it's that center waistline where we feel our belly. Breathing through the polarities of being a human being in this life and marrying up the polarities, knowing that above and below are the same thing. They are in connection. And take a nice breath in, gather in, up all your magic. Bring all your magic, your possibilities, your potentials, bring them all the way down through your center line. Let your thumbs come and rest at your heart as your shoulders soften. And gently bow your chin a little bit to your heart space. Give yourself a smile. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day and evening, yogis. See you next time.